Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, to the Jonga channel. I'm your boy, Ryan Nelstorm, and today we have a deck profile, Megalith, and Dogmatica. So, shout out to Megalith. I've been on this deck for a while, waiting for this fool to come out, and he did, and he made waves in the recent luxury card game tournament, which is a big deal. So now people are going to be more like, hey man, or what's going on with these Megalith rock ritual cards, and they're pretty insane. Like in Japan, they've been doing quite well, doing different FTKs or just playing as regular Megalith will play, similar to how we play in the TCG. But yeah, very cool deck. Why play Megalith? It's a lot of fun. It's a very unique deck at what it does. A ritual deck with almost no ritual spells. That's crazy. So I want to show something a bit different today. A variant with Dogmatica. And then why Dogmatica? Well, I just think the cards synergize well with sending Herald of Arclight out of the extra deck to add the Megalith cards to your hand. I guess locking you out of the extra deck can be counterintuitive because this deck can do, Needle Fiber, Gallant Granite, do the Archfiend King Calamity lock, but I'll hopefully be able to demonstrate in a few combos that you don't need to use your extra deck, and this deck offers a wide array of control options. Like, you have good control interactions against combo decks and against like heavy back row decks and other style decks. So I think the Dogmatic cards allow you to play on, I would call it less economy, in that you're only required to open, one or two Dogmatic cards in order to be able to play, rather than needing like 2 to 3 specific ritual cards. Anyway, let's jump straight into the profile. So of course, 3 Fool, you fool. Shout out Duel Links Meta. Great channel. 3 Fool, 3 Huggieth, 3 Ophiel. I guess simple summaries. When summoned, add Megalith back to hand from grave. Search spell trap. Search monster. Quick effect ritual, not quick effect rituals on the field. This one summons out of your deck as well. Also changes level, the one that adds. Megalith Fool is really busted, but it is only once per turn on other effects. However, Huggieth and Ophiel, searching effects, not once per turn. So that's very important for fueling Bulk Dragon, because we want to cycle. Often you want to cycle through a few rituals in order to make Bulk Dragon live. Double Watch. He's a bit different to these. When summoned, draw 1, pitch 1, and quick effect, ritual summon during the main phase. So these aren't quick effects, but these are very important. Then Araratron, Bethor, and Phaleg. They let you ritual summon out of your hand straight away, but they're not that important. They're not that good. Araratron, quick play ritual. These ones are not. But this guy pops cards up to the number of different ritual monsters in your grave. Insane effect. So good. You can pop 4 to 5 to 6, and then Phaleg helps you OTK in phase 2. So yeah, rounding out for the ritual cards, 3 Chalice Slime, because generic Rota for rituals really good. And then Ben 10 to search Manju Senju, keep a hand size large. And of course, Magician of Black Chaos Max, the Azathoth, so to speak, that you can summon during your enemy's turn in order to control the field. So I guess the main objective of this deck is to control your opponent with these cards in their turn and do some crazy things. Apart from the stuff from the extra deck, and then we want to supplement that with the Dogmatica cards. But finishing off the monsters, 3 Manju, 2 Senju. You could play 3 Senju. These are so important because they're being level 4. And of course, searching mostly any card you want. Just 1 Talisman, draw 1 Candle. This is a good ratio. I respect that guy from Luxury. Yep. Search monster, search spell. It's easy to get rid of them because Megalith Fool can just tribute them and then summon Megalith monsters out of the deck, so then you can keep using the extra deck And of course, the big bad rock monster, Block Dragon. Enough said about this card. It's so cool. I hope they don't ban it, but they will. And then Researcher, again, another low-key, amazingly broken card. Like, Gallant Granite, getting this, oh boy. It just means any rank 4 deck can make Needle Fiber. That's what's scary about it. And then because we're going for a more slowy control element, Nibiru, why not? Dogmatica Engine, 2/1/1. You could play more. Could play 3, could play 2. Depends how the format shapes up for Maximus. I guess this deck really needs to use Maximus, and I guess it's just got to chalk up the negative effects. But we should all know what these cards do by now. Insane cards, should play 3, don't own a 3rd, but that's okay. And then my deck's like 50 or 49 cards. Don't have to play Ash, but I like playing Ash. 3 Gamma and a Driver, really good at protecting your Nadir Servant and your Chalice Slime effects. And level 2 for Needle Fiber for the King Calamity play to lock out. So that's the monster cards. And then spell cards. Portal, 3 Unformed. Insane card. Not once per turn. Quick play Ritual, Megalith card out of the deck. Often in your opponent's turn, you'll search the 3rd copy and you'll set it, and then you can summon Bethel out of your deck to pop cards. Absolutely nuts. Inception, good card. And then running it out, 3 Nadir Servant. Goes without saying, it's absolutely bonkers. And 2 Punishment, because we're taking a bit lower and slower in this deck. Again, we might want to play on a bit low economy rather than just exploiting our opponent. If we get hand trapped, activate this, set this, pretty good. You could also play Preparation of Rites in this deck. I guess you can take out the Ash and play 2 or 3 Preparation of Rites as well. Alright, so the first combo that I want to demonstrate, simple 2-card combo, Manju or Senju, and Nadir Servant. So we can see that from these 2 cards, we can get an insane amount of control, and our various lines of play exist. So we begin, normal summon Manju. We use this effect, add Hagith to our hand. Next, we have to activate our Nadir Servant. That's fine, we don't need our extra deck to do cool things. Send Herald of Arclight to the grave to add Dogmatica Maximus to our hand, which will trigger Herald of the Arclight. So then we just need to add one of the Megaliths that can ritual summon. So for this example, we can add Phaleg to our hand. Next, activate Phaleg's effect, so we discard it to perform a ritual summon. So we tribute our Manju level 4 for our Hagith level 4, and then use this effect to add Unformed to our hand. Standard procedure now, activate Unformed, get to summon a Megalith out of our deck of half the level of Hagith, which is Fool. And then his effect activates, we get to add back Hagith to our hand, so now he becomes level 4. We can use second effect of Fool, tribute a monster, ritual summon a Megalith trait from our deck. We get to get another Hagith to our hand, special summon it to the field, activate his effect, search another Unformed. So at this point we can summon a Maximus by banishing an Arclight. Maximus effect, send 2 different name, extra deck. So we send another Herald and Titanic Lad. So then we could get to add another ritual to our hand. So this can be a few things. For this example, it could be Magician Black Chaos Max, but it could also be Necros of Trishula, because believe it or not, you can summon this during your opponent's turn in this deck too. I thought that was always pretty cool. Next, we can end our turn just by setting our Unformed on the field, and then in the end phase, our Titanic Lad will activate, so we can summon to the field Ecclesia. Now, I guess you could get a second copy of Maximus of its effect, or you can get a Fleur-de-Lis based on what you have. So say, I guess, you said Trishula, you can get the Fleur-de-Lis Knight to your hand. Okay, so your opponent's turn, what are you gonna do? Well, you can do a few things. So probably the first thing would be activate Unformed. So we contribute the level 8 Maximus of our field to summon level 4 straight out of our deck. So we get Megalith Ok. So from his effect, we could draw 1, pitch 1, get into a hand trap if we need any more hand traps, but that's fine. But so we see on our field, Ok is a quick effect ritual for our hand, and Fool is a quick play ritual for our deck. And we have a lot of inner levels and material to work with. So obviously, the Magician of Black Chaos Max is level 8, so we can activate Osh effect. We have to use him, so we contribute Ok and Hagith for the Black Magician Chaos Max, and then activate his effect, contributing a monster to Chord Wave their monster effects. Really good, really cool. Alternatively, you could do a similar thing, but instead of the Black Chaos Max, we have a Trishula instead. So say they summoned a creature out of the extra deck, we get to go bam. You know, Flitterly Ignite, stop, negate your effect. Then we can activate Osh's effect. So we contribute monsters on our hand and our field that are greater than the level. Yep. That exceed the level of the ritual monster, and then bam, we can summon Trishula, banish card, hand, field, or grave. Nuts. And then of course we can round that out. We still have our Fool, quick effect, he's still level 4. We can get rid of either one of these, who knows. So we contribute Fool. And Ecclesia to summon Bethor straight out of our deck. And then Bethor's effect activates based on the number of different ritual monsters in our graves. We have Fool, we have Oak, we have Hagith, and we have Phalanx. We have 4, so we can pop 4 cards. So you see, just from our 2 card opening of Manju Senju and Nadir Servant, well, we can Cold Wave monster effects, we can banish 3 cards, we can pop 4. And we have the negate for the extra deck monster as well in the form of the Fleur-de-Lis. So we know that we can do the crazy needle fiber combos and setup, which I'll show you guys in a second. But you can see when you combine with Dogmatica cards, you can do perhaps still a lot more with a lot less than you may think of, even with the drawback of the no extra deck. Alright guys, wish me luck. Activate Chalice Time effect, we discard a card. Get to summon an incantation out of a deck. Candle's effect activates. We can add Inception to our hand. Next, we can activate Inception. We have to attribute incantation monsters for the ritual monster for Inception. For Hagith, Hagith's effect activates. Unformed. Essentially, when you get to Unformed and Hagith, you're pretty good. Yeah. So we activate Inception second effect. We can discard a incantation monster, add it back to our hand, then summon another incantation straight out of our deck. So good. Talismandra's effect activates. We'll add Ophiel to our hand. Summon Manju. At this point, it's pretty interesting. We want to leave our Bethor on the deck though. I think that's relevant. Alright. So then we activate our Unformed, contributing our Hagith, summoning our Fool from our deck. He becomes level 4 by adding back the Hagith to our hand. Next, we contribute a monster, bump, to ritual summon straight out of our deck. Monster equal level or exceeding 2. So we get Hagith. Hagith's effect activates, add another Unformed to our hand. So at this point, we're just trying to cycle through to increase our count for Block Dragon. So activate Hagith's effect when it's on the field. We get to ritual summon it by including it. So we can contribute itself. Summon Ophiel. Ophiel's effect activates, adding another Megalith monster from our deck to our hand. Araratron. Then Ophiel's effect again. We contribute him. Summon Hagith. Bang. Hagith's effect activate, adding Portal to our hand. Alright. So at this point, our graveyard is 2 Earth, and we can get the 3rd Earth by detaching off Gallant Granite. So we get to stack these 2. I think we leave our Hagith on the field. It doesn't really matter. Gallant Granite's effect activate. Make sure we discard the Fool to add our favorite card, Block Dragon, to our hand. When we burn summon our Block Dragon at this point. Donating our 3 Earths that we have accumulated in our graveyard. Activate our Unformed. Tribute. Summon our last Hagith from our deck. We make sure we go chain 1, chain 2 to chain block it. So chain 2, add our last Unformed to our hand. Then Block Dragon. We'll get to add Researcher, Fool, and Ok, I guess. So yeah, you just go plus infinity in this deck, and well, it's just a bunch of FTK combos around this. Yeah, activate Researcher, bang. Next. Yeah, that wasn't a mistake, eh? But that's fine. Okay, we get our Usa, Earth Charmer, and then we move straight into standard link cross stuff. Bang, 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 bang. Beautiful link tokens that we get to use every time we do a combo video. Shout out to Isaac Lim. Love you, miss you. Marcha and link token for Head of Arclight. And he's a tuner, so we can go Hagith and Arclight for Ball Savage. Activate his effect and activate the effect of Arclight. So we get to attach Usa onto him. And then Arclight, we want to make sure we add the one we don't have to our hand yet, the Magician Black Chaos Max. So that if things go really badly, we can always cold wave them again on their turn. The setups are just endless. Then lastly, Hagi Fiber effect is something level 2 tuner. So if you guys don't know what this does, you tag out Hagi Fiber in your opponent's turn. 4 Formula Synchron, then you draw 1 card, and then you quick fusion all these into King Calamity, which essentially means they can't play a single card. So that's one application. That's one thing you can do with that. But in terms of the ritual interactions, whoa, we still have so many. So we want to summon our Block Dragon back by banishing 3 Earth. Bang, 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 3 Earth. We still got plenty of room. Yeah, we still have a Hagith in our grave because we want to maintain our resources. Activate our portal, bang. And then we can simply end our turn, set our Unformed. Opponent starts playing. We can do whatever we want. We can, you know, bang, bang, bang into our King Calamity. Well, they're already not playing, but we can make them not play even more. So activate our Unformed, tribute our Block Dragon, so summon Oak out of our deck. So he's our quick play ritual. Bang, bang, really good. And then, of course, our Block Dragon activates, and our Portal activates. So Portal gets to add back our last Hagith in our graveyard back to our hand. Block Dragon again activates. Well, we get to summon and search more rock cards. I mean, at this point in our deck, we don't have many left, so we can just go double Ophiel. Why not? And so what this does, we have our Aurotron's effect, so we contribute him to ritual summon 1 Megalith monster out of our hand, contributing excessive levels. So we contribute any of the Ophiel, it doesn't matter for the Fool. So then Fool can be, you know, tribute summon Megalith out of deck. We can get our Bethor, and then Oak, we contribute him and itself for the Chaos Max. Again, if things go badly, again, this could be Trishula. And then, you know, if we summon our Bethor out of our deck, we just have insane amounts of Ritual monsters in our deck. You know, we're playing versus back row decks. We just get to kill everything. Like, this deck is just super oppressive when it gets going. And shout out to Gallant Granite and Block Dragon for making it all happen. It's just so sick. Anyway, guys, thank you for putting up with this combo video. I'm just a big fan of Megalith. I really want to get to the Gishki version. I love Gishki. I find myself every year revisiting that stupid hand loop. I don't know why. Hand loops are fun, especially when you have to work for them. And Gishki definitely make you work for them. Alright, guys. About to sign off. Like, comment, subscribe. Jonga5. Make sure you hit up the Elite YGO channel. There are other Australian YouTubers trying to make their way in the world. They have some pretty good content, pretty good podcasts. Make sure you check them out. And remember, Jonga5, CodicFactory.com. And we have a new addition to our amazing sexy cards. Blackluster Soldier, Collector's Rare, amazing. Still though, the Veiler needs a friend, guys. So next Starlight Rare win. Alright, peace out, y'all. Thanks.